Alright. So, today, I didn't have a specific plan of what I wanted to read or go through. So I'm just going to go to one of the minor prophets. So far we've done Obadiah and Joel. I think I want to go through I don't really know. Maybe we could go through Nahum. Yeah. Don't mind me. Okay. You ready? We going through Nahum? Yeah? Okay. The burden of Nineveh. The book of the vision of Nahum the Eshcalite. God is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth, and is furious, and the Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries. And he will reserveth wrath for his enemies. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. And the Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and in the clouds are the dust of his feet. That's just, the whole Bible is just so beautiful. And the clouds are the dust of his feet. What? He rebuketh the sea and maketh it dry, and drieth up all the rivers. Bashan languisheth in Carmel, and the flower of Lebanon languisheth. The mountains quake at him, and the hills melt, and the earth is burdened at his presence. Yea, the world and all that dwell therein. Who can stand before his indignation? And who can abide in the fierceness of his anger? His fury is poured out like a fire, and the rocks are thrown down by him. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trust in him. But with an overrunning flood he will make an utter end of the place thereof, and the darkness shall pursue his enemies. You want to try it on? What do ye imagine against the Lord? He will make an utter end of affliction, and shall not rise up the second time. For while they be folden together as thorns, and while they are drunken as drunkards, they shall be devoured as stubble fully dry. Was that yummy? You like it? I'll give you another one. There is only one that come out of thee that languisheth evil against the Lord, a wicked counselor. Thus saith the Lord, though they be quiet, and likewise many, yet thus shall they be cut down. When he shall pass through, though I have afflicted thee, I will afflict thee no more. For now I will break his yoke off of thee, and will burst thy bonds in sunder. And the Lord hath given a commandment concerning thee, that no more of thy name be sown. Out of the house of thy gods will I cut off the graven image and the molten image, and I will make thy grave, for thou art vile. Yeah. Behold upon the mountains of the feet of him that bringeth good tidings, that publisheth peace. O Judah, keep thy solemn feast, perform thy vows, for the wicked shall no more pass through thee. He is utterly cut off. He that dasheth in pieces is come up before thy face. Keep the unitation. I'm sorry, that word is hard for me. Wash the way, make thy loins strong, fortify thy power mightily. For the Lord hath turned away the excellency of Jacob, and the excellency of Israel. For the emptiers have emptied them out, and married their vine branches. And shield of his mighty men is made red, and valiant men are in scarlet. The chariots shall be with flaming torches in the day of his preparation, and the fir trees shall be terribly shaken. The chariots shall rage in the streets, and shall jostle one against another in the broad ways. They shall seem like torches. They shall run like lightnings. He shall recount his worthies. They shall stumble in their walk. They shall make haste to the wall thereof, and defense shall be prepared. The gates of the rivers shall be opened, and the palace shall be dissolved. And Hazab shall be led away captive. She shall be brought up with her maids, and her maids shall lead her as with the voice of doves, tabering upon their breasts. But Nineveh is of old like a pool of water, yet they shall flee away. Stand, stand, shall they cry, but none shall look back. Take ye the spoil of silver, take the spoil of gold, for there is none end of the store and glory out of the pleasant furniture. She is empty and void and waste, and the heart melteth, and the knees smite together, and much pain is in all loins, and the faces of them all gather blackness. Where is the dwelling of the lions, and the feeding place of the young lions, where the lion, even the old lion, walked, and the lions whelp, and none of them afraid? The lion did tear in pieces, though for his whelps, and strangled for his lioness, and filled his holes with prey, and his dens with ravin. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts. I will burn her chariots in the smoke, and the sword shall devour thy young lions, and I will cut off thy prey from the earth, and the voice of thy messengers shall no more be heard. Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery, and the prey departeth not. The noise of the whip, and the noise of the rattling of the wheels, and the prancing horses, and the jumping chariots. The horseman lifteth up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. And there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses, and they shall stumble upon their corpses. Because of the multitude of whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts. I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and shall shew the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile. And I will set thee as a gazing stock, and it shall come to pass that all that look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? Whence shall I seek comforts for thee? Art thou better than Populus? No. That was situate among the rivers that had the waters round about it, whose remnant was the sea, and her wall was of the sea. Ethiopia and Egypt were her strength, and it was infinite. But Put and Lubim were thy helpers. Yet she was carried away, she went into captivity, and her young children also were dashed into pieces at the top of the streets. And they cast lots for her honorable men, and all her great men were bound in chains. Thou also shalt be drunken, thou shalt be hid, thou also shalt seek strength because of the enemy. All thy strongholds shall be like fig trees in the first-ripe figs. If they be shaken, they shall even fall into the mouth of the eater. Behold, thy people in the midst of thee are women, and the gates of thy land shall be set wide open unto thine enemies, and the fire shall devour thy bars. Draw thee waters from the siege, fortify thy strongholds. Go into clay and tread the mortar, make strong the bricklin. There shall be fire devour thee, and the sword shall cut thee off, and it shall eat thee up like a cankerworm. Make thyself many as a cankerworm, make thyself many as a locust. Thou hast multiplied thy merchants above the stars of the heaven. The cankerworm spoileth, the flieth away, and flieth away. Thy crowned are the locusts, and thy captains as the great grasshoppers, with the camp in the hedges in the cold day. But when the sun ariseth, they flee away, and their place is known where they are. Thy shepherds slumber, O king of Assyria. Thy nobles shall dwell in the dust, and thy people is scattered upon the mountains, and no man gathereth them. There is no healing of thy bruise. Thy wound is grievous. All that hear the bruit of thee shall clap their hands over thee, upon whom hath not thy wickedness passed continually. Say bye.